I'm Marcos, I'm the CEO of Woop Environmental. I help business owners make more money, and in the last 3 years, I've looked through 100 times more profit and loss reports than the average person will in their whole lifetime. So I know what expenses to cut, and I know how to cut them. I'm gonna give you a super tactical approach to cost cutting, planned to be the most useful in times of high inflation. Like right now. I'm gonna do that by covering 3 areas that have a massive return, and then at the end, I'm also gonna show you how you can identify other expenses to cut so you can continue cutting costs without breaking anything in your business. Let's get into the first one, which is vendors, right? We all know that all our vendors are just pumping the price of everything way up. So what do we do about this? We can negotiate with them. Just talking to them is actually the solution to it. So figure out what you can give them that they would want in exchange for what they can give you that you would want, and just make sure it's realistic that they can actually give you it. So this can be price reductions if you're over a certain order volume. You can have a locked in price if you exclusively buy from them, many things. You can also ask for pretty much anything from a lower price to just more convenient terms for you, you can ask. And what you can give them is, again, almost anything. You can give them more volume, you can bring them more buyers, you can have larger orders, whatever. Just figure out what you can give them that is as valuable, at least in their mind, as what they can give you in return. And just ask for it, okay? Just present it that way. Make sure both sides are winning, all right? That's the key with vendors. Moving on to the next one, and this is one that people are actually having in their minds more and more. I would say about like 3 years ago when I first started, many people did not think of this. It was really only like delivery companies that thought about it. But drive time. Drive time is really expensive, not so much because of the vehicle, not so much because of gas, but because you have to pay the people driving and riding in that vehicle. So imagine if you have 4 people in one car, if they all make the same amount per hour, that's 4 times more expensive than just one person driving it, right? So it gets really expensive really quick. So the goal is to reduce the amount of time driving, not the fuel burn or the miles driven, okay? The time driving is the most expensive thing here. So what do we do to reduce it? We can improve routing, which a lot of field management softwares already do. And if you want to know which ones do it and which field management software is the best, we made a really good video on that. You can check it out here. And then the next thing we can do is use a GPS. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, I know the city where I live perfectly. I don't need a GPS. I know where I'm going. That's not why you need a GPS. The GPS is to avoid traffic jams and any other unforeseen circumstances that might slow you down. You're using the GPS not to know where to go, but to know what's going on around you, okay? That's what you use the GPS for. The next thing you need to do is avoid any unnecessary trips by planning out the day ahead. And I mean, don't go out to the supply house every 5 minutes because you forgot this, you forgot that. Plan the day out ahead of time so you can route your day better. If you know you need to stop by the supply house, you put that in the calendar and then you use your field management software to automatically route it and put the jobs in the right order. Another thing you can do, and this is I don't love it, but you can pay employees per job instead of per hour. Or you just don't include the drive time. This can be good because it completely eliminates the actual cost of drive time for you, but you do need to take into account whatever legality of your area is, if that's even allowed. And then also the fact that your employees might not like being on the job, right, and working and not getting paid, all right? So that's something to consider. It is something you could do, but please consult with legal counsel and also consult with your employees to see if that's something they would like. Now, sticking on the... If you own a business and you want it to be a $10 million business, a $1 billion company, or you just want to have a great business that feeds you and your family for many years to come join us on our free 5-week Business Scaler Challenge. It's a free 5-week challenge, as I said, in which you get to scale your business along other business owners. So you get a lot of really valuable insight from many industries, and you also get to know that you're not alone in the struggles you have, and you get to solve those issues not only with my guidance, but also with the perspective of other business owners. Link is down in the description, and then I'll leave the rest of this little clip with some testimonials from previous participants so you can see what they thought.
We're talking about stuff that's not readily available every day.
What you've given are specific, narrow focuses.
I think it's worked very well. I've learned a lot.
Topic of employees, there's more people cost. People are really expensive, and losing people is actually one of the biggest hidden expenses. So when an employee leaves, You need to find new candidates for that position. You need to interview those candidates. You need to hire someone. You need to train that person. And then you need to wait for them to get up to speed and be at the level of your previous person. Not only are we spending a lot of money in that process and spending a lot of time in it, it also leaves out revenue on the table because one, when you're training someone, they're an expense, but they're not adding revenue, right? You're going along with them or they're going along with another crew getting trained. And then on top of that, once they are done with training, they're not at the level that your previous employees were. So they're not making as much revenue as before. So we're leaving a lot of revenue on the table and we're having to spend a lot of money just to do that. It's really important that you understand the cost of hiring a new employee so that then you can decide if adding a raise or improving benefits or even reducing pay is worthwhile for you. Don't lose your chickens trying to chase an egg. Now let's talk about how you can find more expenses to cut in your business. And this is the exact methodology that we use when helping our clients reduce costs. The number one thing that we look at is what is the cost to get rid of that expense, right? So I'm not talking like, it could be how much money it costs us to do it, but it's any other downside of removing that expense. Is it that we shut down tomorrow if we cut that expense? Do our employees hate working for us now? Are our customers less happy, right? Or do we just spend $200 one time? Or is there no cost to removing it, right? So figure out what do we need to do to get rid of that expense and what happens if we get rid of that expense. That's our cost. The next question we ask is what do we gain out of that expense? Do we just get $30 a month back? Do we get $300,000 a month? What do we get back from it? And if we see that what we get back is higher than what we have to put in or what we lose, then we cut the expense, right? So for example, let's say we fire someone that's doing absolutely nothing and just messing around on the job. Our expense is usually going to be very minimal. What do we gain out of that? Well, we get their salary. Let's say it was $80,000 a year, right? So now we save $80,000 a year and we lose basically just what it takes to fire a person. That's definitely worthwhile. So we're going to cut that. If we have another expense that is, for example, LED lighting. So we need to spend $10,000, but then we save $150 a month. It's worthwhile, but that's going to take a really long time to pay back. So the way we would do it is we're going to cut the one with the biggest arbitrage first, right? How much do we put in to how much we get out? Or how much do we have to give up to how much we get out of it, right? So obviously the first one we're going to do is firing that person. And then the second one that we'll do is work on the LED lighting, right? So that's the thing, is go for the one that has the biggest return first, and then that one can fund the other ones that have less and less return. And then if the gain is not higher than the cost, then you don't cut it, okay? Obviously. Thank you for watching the video. If you did find this useful, please share it with someone else that could benefit from it. I'd really appreciate it. But anyways, I hope you have a great day and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.